we are kicking things off with major market movers. Oscar Health is ramping higher after a massive 125% gain in the first quarter, and we need to dive deep into whether this rally is a true buy right now. We break down the latest financials and what this means for your portfolio. Look at the incredible life, career, and deep devotion of this respected community figure and the legacy he leaves behind. And finally, we turn to the international stage with Andrey Zvyagintsev. He discusses his latest Palme d'Or contender, Minotaur, and reveals his powerful perspective on filmmaking, political chaos, and the choices facing people in a turbulent world. Stay with us for the full breakdown. The health insurance sector is showing resilience amidst broader market volatility, driven by rising bond yields and oil prices. In this environment, Oscar Health (OSCR) has emerged as a notable performer, continuing a strong upward trajectory in its stock price. The company has registered 8 consecutive weekly price gains, signaling significant investor confidence. This rally gained substantial momentum following the company's recent financial disclosures. Specifically, Oscar Health reported a substantial 125% increase in performance during the first quarter, a figure that appears to have been the catalyst for the recent surge. Analysts are now closely examining whether this strong quarterly performance translates into an immediate buy signal for investors, as the market navigates an uncertain economic landscape. 31 years after its premiere, the epic film Braveheart continues to resonate as a beloved Oscar winner. The film debuted at the Seattle Film Festival in 1995, quickly becoming a viral rallying cry for freedom thanks to its star and director, Mel Gibson. Braveheart achieved significant acclaim at the 1996 Academy Awards, securing 5 Oscars, including the coveted Best Picture award. More recently, critics have lauded the film, with Medium.com calling it one of the greatest films ever due to its memorable scenes and action sequences, despite acknowledging some historical inaccuracies. The film's official synopsis details the story of William Wallace, portrayed by Gibson, who unites the Scottish against the English monarch Edward I following a personal tragedy inflicted by English soldiers. Discussions online highlight the film's cinematic strengths, with some users praising its visual storytelling, noting extended sequences without dialogue, and the sheer confidence required to produce such a large-scale production in stunning locations. Gibson's career trajectory also includes his success with the 1979 action hit Mad Max, whose 2015 reboot, Mad Max: Fury Road, was a major critical and commercial success, earning 10 Oscar nominations and 6 wins. The enduring legacy of Braveheart underscores its impact on cinema history. Oscar W. Larson, widely known as Big O, of Baraga, Michigan, passed away on May 15, 2026, at Froedtert Hospital in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, surrounded by his wife and children. Larson was 69 years old at the time of his passing. Born on December 11, 1956, in Duluth, Minnesota, Oscar had a diverse background, growing up in a military family that exposed him to life in various parts of the world. He honed his athletic skills as a standout baseball player at Chandler High School in Arizona, pitching for both Mesa Community College and Northern Arizona University, where he earned his degree in 1980. He was also a proud member of the Tau Kappa Epsilon fraternity. In 1994, Oscar married his beloved wife, Tracy Gerard, a union that brought together 2 families and welcomed their children, Megan, David, and Tyler, shortly followed by their youngest, Rebecca. Oscar was celebrated as a devoted husband, father, grandfather, and friend, known for his larger-than-life spirit. He possessed a deep passion for sports, the Upper Peninsula, camping, hunting, and spending quality time with loved ones. He took great pride in maintaining his property and spoiling his grandchildren with treats. Oscar was fondly remembered for his fierce affection, memorable bear hugs, loud and infectious laugh, and profound dedication to his community, traits often attributed to his military upbringing which fostered natural charisma. Professionally, Oscar had a varied career, including years as a salesman for McCabe Distributing. He transitioned into the energy industry in North Dakota in 2012, where he managed Wolverine Trucking for his friend Brad LeClaire until his retirement in 2023. He earned wide respect for his honesty and hardworking nature. Oscar is survived by his wife, Tracy, children Megan, David, Justina, and Tyler, Carmen, and Rebecca, grandchildren JC, Georgia, and Tessa from Tyler and Carmen, as well as Leighton and Lucy from David and Justina, and his granddog Rebecca, Megan, sister Diane, and numerous nieces and nephews. The family has requested privacy during this difficult time, and a celebration of life for Oscar will be held at a later date. Andrey Zvyagintsev, a two-time Academy Award nominee known for films like Leviathan, is back in the international spotlight with his latest film, Minotaur, which is currently a strong contender for the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival. The film presents a modern parable exploring the emotional and moral disintegration of a Russian businessman facing professional crises, global instability, and an extramarital affair. Speaking to Channel YouTube, Zvyagintsev shared personal reflections following a near-death experience during the coronavirus pandemic, which led him to relocate to France after recovering from a serious illness. When asked about his decision to stay in France, Zvyagintsev reflected on the geopolitical landscape, stating that he has no desire to live in a country at war with its neighbors. Addressing the question of returning to Russia, he referenced the sentiments of Nobel laureate Dmitry Muratov, noting the fundamental choice between remaining with one's motherland and sacrificing freedom, or embracing freedom at the cost of the homeland. Zvyagintsev emphasized the importance of action over words, asserting that his filmmaking is his language. Regarding the filming location for Minotaur, Zvyagintsev explained that shooting in Russia was not feasible, leading the production team to choose Latvia as the most architecturally suitable alternative. The narrative of the film is set in September 2022, coinciding with Russia's announcement of a military draft ahead of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The movie examines the political and social divisions within society as people fled the country to nations like Kazakhstan, Armenia, and Georgia. Reflecting on his 2 decades chronicling Russia's social and political issues, Zvyagintsev noted a growing distance from the country, suggesting that his perspective is increasingly filtered. However, he remains committed to creating films on topics that concern him, emphasizing that the core themes of human existence remain universal, regardless of geography. Facing mortality has profoundly impacted him, making him feel lighter and more daring. He described this experience as making everything easier, fostering a radical expectation to move faster and pursue numerous projects, underscoring the necessity of bravery in creative pursuits.